Okay, I think it's recording. Hi, Mario. How's it going? Good to see you again. I looked at your resume and I thought it'd be a good idea to have you in here for an interview. So let's get started.
Right, sounds good.
All right. My first question for you is maybe a bit of a tricky one.
Okay.
Why exactly did you want to get into the real estate business? Because there's a lot of different things you could do with a communications degree. So I was a bit curious about that.
So I've always just thought real estate would be something really interesting to go into. I really like seeing new different buildings. I like to go look at homes, and like growing up, there would be like open houses and stuff, and I'd always be like, "Mom, let's go just look for the fun of it."
Hmm.
So just kind of seems really interesting. I want to be able to put the keys into hands of other people and because that's a big investment in life. So being able to be a part of that with somebody would be really interesting and fun to do.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, your resume says that you have experience with social media sites. So one of my questions for you would be, how would you, how do you think you could help use social media and the internet era that we're in nowadays to help promote properties and real estate?
So I think Instagram right now and too Snapchat is like a really popular social media that is being used, but Snapchat's kind of not really one I don't think you could actually promote anything. I think Instagram right now it's a big hit because you're able to put a lot of different pictures in one post and people are able to scroll through and see, oh, okay, this is a house, this is what this house looks like, but you can also look inside of what the house is also going to look like. So I think Instagram right now is a really big hit to probably go more into.
Awesome. Awesome. I never thought about Instagram being used for that kind of thing.
No, and
Um,
see, I never did really either. And I have a really good friend of mine, and she uses Instagram a lot, like with her locations that she's at, and she'll put her story on the stories. She'll add in like live stuff that she's doing in that house. So it's really cool to see, even though you're not there, you can actually see what she's doing and then what the house also looks like.
yeah, I'd imagine that'd be a pretty good idea to give a sort of virtual tour of a house, so to speak.
Yeah. So
It
that's
would definitely help with that.
yeah.
Um, so let's see, what else do I have here? Uh, do you have any real estate licenses already, or are we gonna have to train you, or do you
No,
plan on
so
getting that independently?
yes, so right now I am working online to get my real estate license,
Okay.
and my goal is to be done by the end of April, at the end of this month, and then hopefully in May, at the end of May, I'll be done with like exam preps and then my test also. So the goal is to be done and have my license by the end of May.
Wow, that's really quick. That's coming up. Um, do you think you would like to get any training at the company in on top of your real estate license, perhaps people skills or the like?
See, I think right now would be a good time for me to shadow maybe somebody and get to go experience hands on what's going on because it's completely different from reading a textbook and having to answer questions, but actually doing real world um, things that are going on because it's completely different from a book and actually doing it face to face.
All right, fair enough. That makes sense. Um, let's see, what's next. What should I ask next year? How much time do you think you're going to be prepared to invest in order to be successful in this business? Because real estate, it can be very time intensive.
Yes, I think it takes a lot of time for sure. Um, I feel that on weekends are going to be a very big part of me trying to get in as much as I can because people are trying to look at homes on the weekends
Hmm.
or after hours of not being at work. So maybe even from after 5 to maybe 8 o'clock, maybe I might be trying to show a house because people are at work from 8 to 5 in the morning, like regular business hours. So I know that it's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to be different schedule. It's not going to be your Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 o'clock for sure job. It's going to go into more than just that.
Nice. That's a really good answer. So what sort of daily tasks are you expecting that you're going to have to handle here? Like, do you think that you're going to be somebody that's more in the office type of person, or would you rather be out there with the people selling the property?
I would like to be out selling the property, but if I have to be in the office, I'm completely fine with that also.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just whatever y'all need me for, I will do.
Awesome. Do you think you'd like to sell more commercial real estate towards businesses or bigger companies, or would you think you'd rather be more specific towards homeowners?
I think right now I'd like to start small and then hopefully grow bigger, just because I don't have much experience, and starting off small and getting a good grasp of that first before I try to jump into something really big.
Okay, let's see. So do you have any experience? I know it says you have social media, and I mentioned that already, but do you have any experience like designing marketing materials possibly for a real estate company or for real estate in general?
I don't. No.
Okay. Let's see. What do you think would be 3 character traits that your friends might use to describe you?
Oh, wow.
I know we're changing it up a little bit.
I'm sure they'd say I'm fun. I'm a very honest person, and I'm always happy.
Yeah. All right. I know you were talking earlier about how in a lot of situations in real estate, you're working odd hours, you're working weekends. How would you handle a situation if you were required to finish a bunch of tasks, multiple tasks by the end of a day, closing a house and other things that they like, but there was no conceivable way you could finish them all in that day?
I would try as hard as I can to finish it. I'm a very organized person, so if I say I'm going to get this done today at this time, I'm going to make sure I'm done. So if not, if I don't get done at that time, I will be up first thing in the morning starting that task to finish it. But if not, I will stay up as late as I can to get it done. So I'm going to get it done no matter what.
Gonna get it done. Alrighty. I like that. Let's see. What qualities do you believe would make an excellent real estate agent?
I think someone that is very outgoing, that is very personable, and that can get along with somebody. You're going to be dealing with all types of people, and being able to communicate with them and understand what they're going through, because they are going through a big investment change in their life, and they have a set mind, like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want. So I know there's going to be paths that are going to be bumpy, and you're going to deal with different situations, but being able to communicate, I think, would be a very big thing that somebody needs in this industry.
It definitely is.
Also, just being open to things, because I mean, you never know what's going to happen. Might one day be in the office, next day you might be out showing a house. So I mean, there's all kinds of things that are going to be going on.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. So how would you describe your work style then? I know I get the impression that you're a fairly hard worker and that you like dealing with people.
Yeah. So I am very hardworking, and I am very organized. I get things done. If I have a set date, I try and get it done before that time, because you never know what's going to happen. Something can come along that, oh, okay, I got to get this done also too, but I still have this on top of that. So if you can at least try and get things done ahead, it'll be easier. And I'm just very organized, and I have a set way about doing things, and that's how I'm going to do it.
Awesome. So it says on your resume that you worked what am I trying to think of? You worked as a substitute teacher at the school over there.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part of your job when you were working as a substitute teacher there? Because teaching is always a difficult task, and it's getting ever difficult these days.
Yes.
And how did you deal with that?
So I would think adults might be a little bit harder to deal with, but yes, for sure was the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a substitute teacher from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. And kindergarten was way better than 12th graders.
I imagine so.
So, I mean, you have to be patient for sure. You have to be very firm on what you believe in that class, and you can't just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to let you get away with this, but I'm not going to let so-and-so get away with this. So just have to be very firm with those kids and tell them, okay, this is what's going to be the rules, and this is what's going to happen. So that's it. There's no other way about it.
There's no other way about it.
No, but it was fun. And I learned real quick I did not want to be a teacher.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you enjoy least about being a substitute teacher over there at the schools?
You know, I couldn't complain. The only thing would be that there were some kids that just didn't have the respect, I guess, that they should have been giving adults. And it just made me think, like, I don't know if I can handle this. So
some of them can be quite a handful.
Yes.
What do you think was probably not the most important, but probably the most profound thing you learned having to teach children?
Being patient with them, like with each other, because they want your full attention, some of them. So if they need help right now, they're just like, I need help now. Like, stop helping that person. So with younger ones, I had to tell them, look, I know you need my help, but I'm in the middle of trying to help somebody else right now. I know I'm going to be there. I see you, and I'll be there as soon as I can. So trying just to teach them to be patient, calm, and when I can get there, I can get there, because there's only one of me and about 20 of them. So, yeah. And a lot of them did figure out, because I would sub them, 2 or 3 times sometimes out of the year or that semester. So they would kind of get to know me, and then they would see me in the hallways, and they kind of figured out kind of the way I was, like, okay, you can't mess around doing this. And if you do this, she's going to tell you, and she's going to get on to you. But I also did talk to them and try to lead them in the right direction in certain things, because they did some stuff, and I was just like, look, you can't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where do you think you would like to see yourself in the real estate business 5 or even 10 years down the road from now?
So I really want to open my own business. So I was originally a business management major at Texas Tech, and I ended up just wanted to try something different, because everybody in my family has businesses, and I was like, you know what, I want to go do something different. So I ended up doing communication studies, and now I'm not even going to use that. I want to go into real estate, but I hope to open my own business and just be successful one day.
Awesome. What else have I got for you here? Let's see. How much money do you think you would maybe like to make in your first year of real estate? Because it is commission based and it can vary. But do you have an estimate, or no?
Yeah. I'm just going for it.
Just going for it.
Just going for it.
Just going for it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you give me an example of a time, because I know we were talking about how you were teaching at the school there, when you felt you went above and beyond the call of duty you had at work, or maybe you could talk about the other job you have as an intern over at the clinic.
So I went over and beyond, is what you're saying?
Yes, above and beyond the call of duty.
You know, I don't. Okay, so when I worked at the hospital, I was an intern there for the marketing and communications department.
Hmm.
And I always tried to get to work at least 10 minutes earlier before everybody, and then I would leave 10 minutes after everybody. So I would make sure that the coffee was on and ready to go. I made sure that the printer was on and ready to, like, warmed up before everybody got there. Made
Wow.
sure that everyone's computers were on. And then before I left, I just made sure that, like, any trash that was maybe left out, or like anything in the kitchen was left out, and then just made sure all the lights were turned off and made sure everything was put up where it was supposed to be. So I was just tried to do that, and I was there for just the summer, but I made sure I was there 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It really shows how organized you are. My last question for you, it's what do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I love to just hang out with family and relax. I don't care what I'm doing, just if I can relax and be around family, I just love to do that, because as a college student, sometimes that's not possible. So when I can do that, that's what I like to do.
Alrighty. Well, I'd really like to thank you for coming. I think this was a fairly good interview. And if we decide you are the one, we will get back to you in about a week.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I am happy y'all wanted to interview me.
Alrighty. Have a good day.
You too.